The Third Decree over Mandate. June 1, 2020 by Anna von Reitz. Many people don't know what a decree is, much less a mandate, so let's explain. A decree is issued by sovereign states or principals, or as in this case, their lawful agent, as a direction or order given to secondary parties who are exercising delegated powers, called mandates, a word equally applied to the action of issuing a mandate and to those carrying such a mandate forward. The federal constitutions established such mandates and authorized the exercise of our delegated powers to third parties. There were three groups of third parties who received our mandates: the States of America, the Queen, Westminster, and the Pope. All three have now failed and been divested of power, with the result that the delegated powers have, by operation of law, returned to the delegators, the United States of America and the American states and people. This third decree over mandate is addressed in effect to the trustees of those who have been holding and abusing our delegated powers, informing them of our position regarding changes that are being made to the Uniform Commercial Code to unjustly enrich the banks, our position with respect to COVID-19, and bringing forward our claims and liens established on our own assets. Those claims and liens have been brought in the name of the States of America, the United States of America, and the United States, which are all involved at different levels and in different jurisdictions as our lawful government. Most of these claims and liens appear under my name, Anna Maria Riesinger, in databases around the world. This was done to prevent false claims on abandonment. The international banks and their co-conspirators have aimed at bankrupting commercial corporations acting as governments, and then pretending that our assets being managed by these corporations were abandoned by the actual owners. In the absence of clear evidence otherwise lodged on the public records, they would have gotten away with this bunco, but now the tables are turned. Our country was used as crime central, the staging ground for much of the vast underlying crime, by a gang of international pirates. Via the mismanagement of the Pope and the Queen, the apparatus of our government, and most especially our state-of-state organizations and our patent office and monetary system, were commandeered and used to profit the perpetrators in breach of trust, and to set up this monstrous scheme of corporate feudalism promoted by the banks and politicians. Under this criminal operation, American babies were jurisdictionally kidnapped and their political status was deliberately misrepresented, so that they became misidentified as foreigners in their own country. This is a crime both during war and times of peace, a capital felony requiring the death sentence for those guilty of conspiring to enforce this fraud on innocent people, so the parties responsible were obligated to provide remedy for their actions, so as to excuse themselves and be able to claim that this vast unlawful conversion was voluntary, all without telling their victims a word about it and without actually providing access to the remedies they published. All Americans were supposed to be able to discharge all debts simply by signing bills and vouchers. Instead, Americans were impersonated as British territorial citizens and prevented from exercising their exemption. Then, next, they were billed as foreigners in their own country and forced to pay the bills of the perpetrators of this giant con game. Please read the Third Decree over Mandate with all the above firmly in mind, and then join your state assembly. AnnaVonReitz.com/thirddecreeovermandate.pdf. www.theamericanstatesassembly.net. Links to Anna's articles and resources can be found in the video description box.